So basically what I was saying here was when we last left off, I had the motor running. I was tuning in the tachometer. Everything looked good.
We ran into a little issue. We have water leaking out of the head gasket.
And basically this is what I'm doing in this video is diagnosing the leak that was coming from the head gasket area.
Cranked the motor up and then I started seeing water running down the midsection. Opened up the cowling and looked, and I was getting a puddle of water right here, and I could see that water's coming out like right here. We're gonna take off this valve cover. We're gonna check it for warp. I think I just might have a problem with my the mating of the surfaces. I don't think I probably missed something when I was scraping the old gaskets off. So I'm gonna take this off and see if we can get it to stop leaking. I ordered a new head gasket just now, so I'm gonna take this off and see how bad the damage is. Fingers crossed no water got into the cylinder and it was only just a small external leak from the water jacket. Oh, yeah. Let's get these spark plugs. These things are in the way. It's just a 10 millimeter. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Where did that go? Oh, why does everything always fall right here? Just let these rest right there. Without having to take the whole power head off, I gotta get that screw that fell down out of there. So we're gonna figure that out real quick before we can progress. I think I got, this little hanger here. Reach in there and pull it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, it fell down. It fell down in here now. So now I gotta take this off. Now how do you take that off? You gotta take everything off. You just gotta take these two off. Oh, it's becoming a bigger job than I wanted it to be. I thought we were home free. We had got everything done. Now I gotta do all this to get the screw that I dropped. I can't believe this head gasket wants to leak on me. It's a brand new gasket. I tried tightening it down, torquing it down, and restarting it, and it didn't help. I had to unscrew 8 screws to get to this one that I dropped. That should be a lesson for you. Don't drop stuff. And look where it's sitting. It's sitting right on this ledge right here. Okay, so now that I got that one, let's put it all back together now. Man, this is turning out worse than I thought. This is going to be a quick little take off the widget column video. And then I go and drop a screw. Looked like the head gasket was leaking a little bit before. There's like a little bit of corrosion around the outside. I noticed that when we were cleaning everything up, but I didn't ever notice any water under the cowling while the motor was running. But I'm guessing it was weeping. Now we're back to taking this cover off. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to sand this cylinder head down so that I can get it perfectly flat. I thought I had checked it. I scraped all the gaskets off really clean, and I checked it for flatness, but it seemed pretty flat to me. So now I think that the only logical step is to make sure to flatten it out, to check it again and see if it's flat. Hope I didn't break nothing. Just now. That's the one where it's leaking, like right around this one. "30 minutes later." Did I put it on backwards or something? Oh, it looks kind of milky in there. There's definitely water getting in here. Look how milky the oil is. Man, this is a brand new gasket. There's no tears in it, no holes in it. It looked like it squished well. It was like this. And it was leaking like right up in this area. What was it leaking? It's leaking right above that screw right there. So, right up in here. There's a little nick. There's a little nick right there. I wonder if that little nick is enough to do it. But everything else looks so far so good. I don't see any metal shavings. Anything like that floating around. This seems all perfectly smooth, but it must not be. So I'm gonna have to take this off Right up here is the problem area, so I just gotta work on that area, I guess, and figure out what's going on. I don't see anything obvious. Everything looks pretty clean. There is a little nick, but I think the leak was coming out from below that nick. So right up in here, that's where the leak was coming from, and everything is surfaced from the machine shop here. And this thing is all flat here. It's all flattened out here, so I don't understand where this leak could be coming from. But you can see how corroded it is right here, so maybe it has been leaking in the past, and we're gonna get some sandpaper and we're gonna surface this at home and see what happens. See if we can get it back going. Supposed to be getting a new head gasket in tomorrow, so I want to have this ready to go and get it back together. I'm suspecting that this head is warped. The procedure to do this is you get a piece of glass and you just rub it on the glass and wet sand it until your metal is all shiny and smooth. So I'm gonna go and grab a piece of glass and get some sandpaper, and we're gonna sand this thing out. We're gonna make this motor run. What I did was I took this sandpaper. This is 120. I spread some 2-stroke oil on there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just set this cylinder head right here. Just oil it up real good. Get it nice and oiled up. You want this to just slide over top the paper. I'm just using regular 2-stroke oil. It's gonna just slide over top. So what you want to do here is you want to don't apply any pressure, and you want to work it. Really, ideally, you want to have a big enough piece of block right here. What I just used was a cutout of the granite countertop. It's really flat and smooth. I don't like this table. I think I might take it off this table and do it on the ground where it's not going to bow or flex or anything. What you want to do is you just want to slide this cylinder head, slide it back and forth with no pressure, no downward pressure. Just slide and let the weight of the part do the work. So I think I'm going to put this on the ground, and I don't like how shaky this table is. I'm just going to start sliding, and hopefully this works. I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just sliding back and forth. This is going to make a mess. No. I should have known. Should have put my cardboard down there. I got oil on the concrete. What we getting here? Everything looks nice and clean now. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wipe this off. Wipe this all off and see where we at. And then we'll be able to see our low spots. So what I'm looking at here is the low spot. You can kind of see where we didn't touch. You see where it's all these darker areas? It's where we didn't really do much grinding down. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep going until we get rid of these darker areas. Some of these areas are low, like we didn't touch any of that. So we're going to keep going until we get to touching all that stuff. All those darker areas, we want it all to be uniform, nice and bright, shiny metal. Hit it with some more oil. We can get back on it. See where we at again. Look at that, it's cleaning up nicely now. Look how smooth that's getting. How fresh and clean it's looking. Starting to expose some of our low spots now. We've got some real low spots right up in here. The area that was leaking on the outside doesn't look bad at all. So we can see like all these little spots in here. So I'm gonna keep working it. We still haven't touched any of this. When I first took this cylinder head off for the second time, I put it on this block right here and I just set it face down. I don't have feeler gauges. I don't have a machined flat edge, but I do have this, which I know it's gotta be damn near flat. So what I did was I set it on here and I just took it on each corner and rocked it. And right now, I'm not getting any rock. Other way,
I'm not getting any movement, any play. So I'm gonna go ahead and call that smooth. I hope I didn't take too much material off. I did not pay any attention to any of that. I did start digging into some of these a little bit. I think I got it right now. So I'm just waiting for the gasket to come in. Once that new gasket comes in, I think we'll be good to go. I hope I didn't destroy anything just now. I don't know what I'm doing. This disclaimer, this is you do this at your own risk. We'll see if the motor still runs after that. The motor was running even with the warped cylinder cover, head cover. So now that I unwarped it, I hope I didn't destroy it, but all the play is out of it now. So I think we should be good to go on this motor. The only thing left to do is to clean this cylinder head up. I'm gonna spare you all those details. I'm gonna spray it down well with degreaser, scrub it real good, make sure to clean out all the passages, get all the grit and dirt and grime out of it, and we should be good to go. And that is how you resurface the cylinder head the quick and dirty way. I'm ready to get this boat together. I'm just waiting. I keep sitting here looking at the shipping out for delivery. I'm gonna keep refreshing this. Keep refreshing this until it's green. It says delivered. Once that's delivered, then I'll be able to put my boat back together and we'll have a running boat. So I think I'm just gonna go check the mailbox. Haha, it's here. Yes, see, they didn't even scan the mail. What's going on, mailman? And I got me a new Louisiana Sportsman. So the gasket I was waiting for came in yesterday, which is a few seconds ago for you. I resurfaced the head on this old piece of cutout granite. So now we're gonna put this new resurfaced head back onto the block. So let's go get to it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to carry all this stuff. So that there. All my tools are in here. Little Costco toolkit. I'm getting this money worth. Hold this up like so. All right, let's go. Don't drop. Oh, this is heavy. All right. Whew, it's a little chilly out here today in New Orleans. It's about 47 degrees. The old Yami. It's been a couple days since I took this off. It's looking really good, nice and shiny. There's no residue of anything left on here. There cannot be any uneven spots. I did it according to the quick and dirty way. Backyard mechanic handbook. All right, that looks good. Let me wipe out this side. This side was done at the machine shop, so I know it's spec'd out right. Those guys at Jones Automotive on Urquhart Street, if you got any motor work you need done. Aren't symmetrical, I think. Let's see. Put it this way. Maybe this side. This is much easier to do when the motor was on the bench, but we don't have the luxury of doing that anymore. Get it lined up as best we can. We're gonna just stick a bolt in there to get it lined up, just to keep it up there. I've looked at that book so much nowadays that I have memorized some of the torque settings. And so for these, it's a setting of 15 pounds for the initial torque, and then you bump it up to 29 pounds. You start from the middle, you work your way out. Alright, that's the first torque setting. So now the procedure, what you do, you back it off a quarter turn, and then you This is where I did something really stupid. I should have known when this thing kept spinning to stop and back it out, but
Why this one just
as you'll see here, I continue to do something dumb.
What the hell?
No! God damn, you dummy! I just broke the fucking boat off.
So I didn't really face many problems putting this motor together. I followed the book to the T, even when it was in a million pieces and everything went together pretty smoothly. But now I was starting to face some troubles that weren't in the book that I had to figure out on my own and figure out what the solutions were for them. And so this was really a challenge, and it was getting frustrating at this point because I was just ready to get out on the water and use this motor. I thought that I was through with all this stuff when I got it back together and started up for the first time. But now I was seeing that it was more than just putting it
Yeah, I just
together. You
talking about
had to
how none of
really
the boats were
solve
corroded,
some problems and make
none of the
everything
boats were
work
broke,
again.
and now I'm just crying.
So now I had to take everything that I just was putting back on to put together to test. I had to take that all off, order a new boat, wait for the new boat to come in. Extracting the bolt wasn't that hard. I think I was saved by the fact that I had just put it in and it wasn't all seized up and corroded in the hole. Extracting the bolt wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Could have had the bolt out in the time that I was doing all my
God
performances.
damn.
I'm crying. I know when we last left off, I was putting this on. I had broke a bolt off right here. I was able to extract it pretty quickly, actually. I waited a week, ordered the bolt. There it is, nice and shiny. All right, got a nice shiny bolt right there, brand new. All the rest of the bolts are torqued down. Put the plug wires in. So now we're gonna crank it up. Let's turn the water on. This is the first true test of the cylinder head. Let's see. My leak was right there. Oh, no, I think I see a leak. I definitely see a leak. Because it's still leaking. There must be some sort of imperfection right there. And they're just coming from that corner right here. But I inspected all that. Nothing looked crazy. Only other thing I can see is if there's like a hole there or something. I would have seen that, right? Well, it turned out that there wasn't a hole there. What was there was actually a crack, and I didn't see it. I went back and looked at the footage, and it was there from the beginning when I first started putting the motor back together. So I don't know how long that crack was there. I don't know what caused it, what made it crack. It was there from when I first started rebuilding the motor. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taking the cylinder head cover off one more time. I got some epoxy and I epoxied the crack close. I saw that you could get it welded, but I just didn't want to take it all apart again. 20-something year old motor. It's like a 1999. I'm not really wanting to put that much more money into it. I've been riding the boat for the last month. It's still holding up, knock on wood. So I'm just going to ride it out like that. I think this is going to conclude the motor rebuild series. So thanks for watching. Thank y'all for following along. If this is your first one you've seen, go back to the beginning of the playlist. If not, thanks for watching it. Thanks for subscribing and look forward to more fishing.